I will tell you about some of our family matters. Topic, bro. My brother said that he had a girlfriend after graduating from university. A lot. We were happy when we heard, because I really wanted to see my brother get married, especially if he had a child. I thought the world would be mine. We are my brother. We started pressing him every day, wondering when you would bring the girl and when we would meet. We looked forward to your arrival. At first, my brother kept talking about this meeting, postponed. Months passed with the hope that he would come in 2 days. Finally, my father talked to my brother seriously. My son, it's a shame if your intention is serious. He said, let's ask for the girl to come and bring her. It doesn't suit you, it doesn't suit our family to act like you're distracting the girl like that. My brother, after this conversation, that weekend girl brought. We were all very excited to see the girl for the first time. My mother and I prepared something in the kitchen from morning until evening. Anyway, my father repaired the door of the house or something, so we were all trying to do something. They arrived around 6 or 6:30 in the evening. I opened the door with excitement, but as soon as I opened the door, all my enthusiasm disappeared. How can I describe this feeling? It was nothing like I expected. There are people with bright eyes. It was just like that. His appearance frightened me a little. He looked around us all so quickly, his gaze literally penetrated me. However, I did not show any of these thoughts. We were welcomed warmly. We ate meals, drank tea, and had long conversations. My father got into the subject of marriage. My son graduated from university and has a job. He said, "What do you think? When will we meet your family?" Look, under normal circumstances, if a girl likes a guy, she will avoid this conversation. He must be very pleased. The child thinks seriously about me. I met his family, and his family should also think seriously like that. But the girl suddenly turned pale. "Actually, there is no rush for those issues," she said. "When the girl wants to leave, stuck to his collar. If you leave me, you will pay the price," he said to my brother. My brother didn't take it seriously either at that time. It was very bad. My brother was depressed because his daughter was very sad. She loved him and he didn't deserve to be cheated on. Moreover, she was in so much debt that she was still paying off her debt. We looked at the bright side again and thanked God. We saw your true face before we got married. What if you got married or had a child? It would have been worse than God somehow showed us this. We said we are a family in our own way. I was until I met that girl. We had an ordinary, normal life with certain problems, things that can happen in every family. But your daughter's revenge. With his ambition, everything turned upside down. She wanted to take revenge on the whole family. It's like my brother cheated on her. Spirits haunted our house. This I learned that the girl was communicating with spirits and was casting black magic on us. We're all about to go crazy. I swear to you we covered all the mirrors in the house, because no matter which of us looks at it, let's see. We were seeing terrible things there. No matter how stuck we were at night, we couldn't go to the toilet. Nightmares. Never. I don't even include it. Strange dreams, each more meaningless than the other. While sitting in the living room, suddenly the doors open and close or the window opens 50. I have witnessed the television turning on and off by itself, glasses falling and breaking on their own, and chairs being moved around, which was very frightening. A priest. Until we found it, we could pray 20 times a day and lie down like that. When I went to the priest, everything became clearer. We said we didn't like the girl at the first meeting. When he felt it, he immediately cast a spell and brought the magical things he had made to the second meeting. When we ate it, we all loved the girl. Cast 4 spells on my brother. He had it built to tie it to himself. His only concern was money. He deceived so many people and took their money. Spirits give all the information to this anyway. They say everything we liked and what we didn't like, and they act accordingly. My father had already started calling me bride and sister. I'm with him from time to time. I also met him outside. We also went to the movies together. My brother was there too. Of course, the 3 of us went together. It actually happened that we met alone and sat in the cafe. He was a very pleasant person to talk to. When the subject of feelings came up, I asked and said, I guess you have strong feelings. Yes, he is strong. I can understand whatever the other person feels about me. He said, well, I said something about how we feel, did you understand? The first day was very bad. You didn't like me very much. He said, is it possible? We loved you very much, we are sorry, it was definitely a mistake. I said, don't understand. It's not a misunderstanding, I'm not wrong in my feelings. Or don't you remember, you talked to your mother while drinking coffee on the balcony, after I left? I'm talking about your conversations, she said. He looked into my eyes and said that he had heard everything that was said about him since he was little. Those people's voices were ringing in his ears as they were. After I heard this, I didn't say a word after that. Anyway, weeks and months passed, and one day we learned that my brother had taken out a loan and was in a ton of debt. If you ask if there is anything, there is nothing. We don't know why he took all that money or what he did. My father said, whatever you did, tell me, son. I won't be angry. But my brother didn't want to tell. There was a huge fight at home that day. Something like this had never happened before. Money was not the issue. My brother would pay for it somehow, and my father knew that. The point was that he was hiding something from us. He had to say it when I kept asking him questions. He took out the loan for his girlfriend. She needed the money. He needed it. Okay, we loved the girl, but there was nothing yet. How could such a large amount be suddenly withdrawn and given? There was a lot going on with this girl. In fact, his words were being talked about a lot at home. But as a result, whatever was happening was covered up in some way. The incident wasn't getting any bigger. Every time he came, we continued as if nothing had happened. One day I saw this girl in a cafe. There were men with him. They were holding hands with each other. Your photos, immediately I took a picture and sent it to my brother without waiting. My brother wanted to end his relationship as soon as he saw these. She may be a lover next year, but the way she says it, the way she lights a cigarette in front of my father, I don't know. What we see is not what we are used to. Anyway, at 1 o'clock he was coming like that. I guess my brother came like that. He left around 12 to drop the girl off at home. My father had gone to bed and we were chatting on the balcony with my mother. When my brother comes to me, have you never loved the girl, she said. You are the one who will love, brother. You have already loved. What difference does it make whether we love or not? Also, I didn't say I didn't like it. I didn't do anything to show that I didn't like him. I said, where did you get this from? His girlfriend said, it turns out, your brother never loved me. I felt it. How did he feel that I didn't separate him from my normal friend? We were in the kitchen until the evening. We valued it. You saw it too. Did we make a wrong move? I said he was more comfortable than us. He knows exactly what you're talking about, but he's not telling me, she said. How does she know what I said we talked? He came home and left my listening device. As I said, she has strong feelings. She knows what anyone says behind her back. Sometimes when I lie, even if you get to know him, you will love him very much. The reason why this happened is because he had a very pure heart, and God, he said, he is helping. Next week, finally he came to us again. This time he made cookies and cakes in his own way. You do so much and bother. So I didn't want to come empty-handed, he said. It was a nice gesture and we liked it. Maybe my brother was right. We would love him. That was indeed the case. Our second meeting was all ready. It was warmer and more friendly. I hugged him very warmly as I said goodbye at the exit. We even gave each other our numbers. We would always be like two friends from now on. This was something I wanted. I wanted to be like friends with my brother's girlfriend. I was very happy that my prayers were accepted. That day, neither my mother nor my father, I never said anything bad about him. He left a positive and good impression on everyone that day. You know. Then get to know each other a little more. I heard that you have been seeing each other for months. It will be easier if we wear a ring. I thought you would, for your own good. I hope you didn't misunderstand me, she said. Girl, I didn't misunderstand. Of course, my family is marriage. They are a little distant from the subject. They think it is too early for me. I'm thinking the same thing too, so what's our hurry? We're just at the beginning of the journey. We've just finished university. I think we can stop and think we're still getting to know each other right now. We'll see in the future. Maybe in 2 years, maybe in 3 years. If we are still continuing, you can meet my family too, he said. I know my father very well. My father is not happy with this answer. It didn't happen. The marriage issue was closed there. And when it got late, my brother went out to take her home. After the girl left, we immediately made a coffee and talked to my mother. We started gossiping. So, what I call gossip is not meant with bad intentions. Of course, we were going to talk about our thoughts about the girl. My mother felt the same as me. My daughter, I don't know what to say. The girl seemed very comfortable to me. It's like being comfortable is not a thing. She doesn't want marriage, he said. Don't let your brother worry later, but I didn't catch it at all. I think the same thing, Mom. When I opened the door, I felt it. Suddenly, he started looking at all of us. I felt like we were in his house. Marriage. He says the same thing about it in 2 or 3 years. I passed everything. She went to the balcony and lit a cigarette in front of my father. My brother did not smoke even once in front of my father, this girl. Is there no respect for elders? I said, Mom, we have something to suffer from this girl. I know most people will not agree with me. Don't talk about the girl's style. You may find the form correct, but you would have to be in the moment to fully understand me. You should have seen that girl and looked at her movements. When all of these come together, something bad happens. I'm not saying everyone should marry someone they know within months. They can be lovers for 4 years or 5. I had already paid attention since that day when he came to my father. He never lit a cigarette around her. He overheard our conversations and regulated his actions accordingly, and on top of that, he cast a spell to make her love him. Then he fell into the trap that the girl set. You are already falling. We tried very hard to break the spells he cast. We probably went to churches for a year. Now we are all completely cleared of spells. We continue our normal lives. But my brother was traumatized by this, and he can't trust anyone anymore. We have come to the end of our story. I would like to thank the person who shared his story. Goodbye until we meet in the next story.